more, but Smail's already popped his BKB. Let's loose the ultimate. Universe jumps forward with the Burrow Strike. They've taken out the Undying. A big kill to get. Same goes with XD, and Shiki realizes without his support, he has to start backing himself away, but Universe is still around. He has a Burrow Strike up in a second. Can he get it off in time? No! Right click is there from Shiki. He commits all in order to get that kill, so at the end of the day, that was 3 for 4, plus the suicide on EG. Yeah, 3 EG members plus a suicide, AY. But Samael just got so much farm out of that, so I got to give it to EG.
I don't even know if Universe, if the Queen of Pain doesn't buy back there, I'm not quite certain that they kill the Dragon Knight.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's demonstrating that he's incredibly tanky. The armor that he's got, the Black King bar, it just makes him so incredibly hard to kill. And that was not the best fight because they managed to blow up the gyrocopter instantly, and they still barely win that fight.
Yeah.
And it cost the buyback. That's what you should consider. It's not the raw numbers. It's in an ideal world, in a vacuum, who won that fight. And I think that C-Deck, if things go perfectly, you know, they can still come out on top. And I just like the fact that this game, they're kind of just ignoring the techies factor. Like, that's what I said. I said it repeatedly. I was like, you just have to play like the hero doesn't exist. Play cautious, but, you know, don't let it scare you into not making moves whatsoever. And they're doing it this game. Like, they're getting aggressive on the map. They're willing to take these fights. And I like that they're finally starting to apply pressure, but they have to be so careful about not overcommitting because Universe...
the Epicenter's coming in. Universe is going to be able to just a one-man Burrow Strike. Already the Met goes off in order to save XC. Double Snowball comes down. He actually locks Universe in. Good Shalgrave is actually going to be able to buy more time for Universe, who has a Burrow Strike up in a second. There goes XC with Fear coming in from behind. He's got BKB plus double damage, but Samael is already dead. Fear makes the blink away from the Tombstone now. He got a couple of kills. Shiki's still trying to pursue, but he won't be able to get close enough. That fight still really good for EG. They kept Universe alive, and Fear with the double damage, man. He just caused so much havoc.
They might even want to re-engage here. If they only see 2 heroes here, I think they actually want to get into this fight.
I mean, they know the other 3 are 100% dead. AUI does have the Blink Suicide ready to go.
Oh, I don't actually know if they can catch somebody, but here we go.
There it is. Suicide comes in. That combination, man. That's what I was talking about. I'm sorry, Blitz.
Man, you're a
push
genius.
techies is crazy, but...
He was doing it before, all right?
The Blink, it's the physical damage. He, like, blinks in, instant, gigantic nuke, plus Sonic Wave pure damage. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's pretty godlike. PPD might not even go down here. Shiki's getting turned around on. They don't actually have any damage dealers, so it's probably pretty unlikely.
Yeah, they actually glimpse back PPD. Q
that
actually tries to finish him off, but, oh dear, Fear's going to come in for the cleanup, and, oh, C-Deck. They just get, like, that first initial fight, right? Like, it was 4 for 4, but one of them was suicide. It was like, okay, that's a really even fight. There was a buyback as well. Super even, but C-Deck just maybe half a step behind. And then the next team fight, they're a full step behind. And then it seems like this team fight, they're just 2, 3, 5, 10 steps behind EG.
The problem is that, I mean, you know that Universe has his Epicenter up, and you're just going for Tier 1 tower. There's so many different angles that he can come in on, and he didn't even hesitate. He saw the opportunity. He doesn't even wait for anybody to set him up. He's like, I'm just going to go in here. This looks like a really good fight for us to take. Yeah. And C-Deck, they should not have been surprised by that. Like, Universe has been playing Sand King so well this entire tournament. How do you allow him to just set up like that? That was the freest initiation I've seen him have all tournament. Like, EG's almost always been initiated on in a lot of these engagements with that Dragon Knight Blink Dagger, but this time, EG finally take a really clean fight, and that was an ideal fight for them, and C-Deck just took so much damage. Like, they don't have a BKB on their gyrocopter, so he can't really survive engagements like that, and that's the biggest thing, is if your gyrocopter doesn't have a BKB, if he doesn't have a Satanic, he doesn't have the best way to get re-engaged back into those fights. So once he's at 400 HP, EG is going to all-in him every single time, and they have to start respecting that Sand King ultimate because Universe is just ruining them.
The BKB is finished up now for the gyrocopter. We'll see if that changes things for C-Deck, but they're rapidly losing the net worth.
They just got to go once they have it.
Yeah, Samael's got 15,000 compared to the 11,000 of the Dragon Knight in second place, and he's about to grow that even further. Trying to take that Tier 2 tower. He's actually going to come back for it. Shiki still got the blink, though. Samael's just playing mind games with Shiki. But it looks like the deny is still going to be there. And EG, actually immediately, this is interesting, they force a lot of effort in that top lane, immediately TP out down to the bottom lane, smoke up, and go straight to Roshan.
And this timing is going to be so quick, they're not really going to see this coming in. This might be what EG need to start taking more fights around the map, because with this Roshan, it's going to be hard to kill Sumail twice, and both times he's ended up with a triple kill, and I think they actually do. They're headed down. This could be a game-winning fight, but they don't know that Universe is smoked up still and waiting in this corner.
Oh, they may be distracted by
He's
AOA.
going for
Here
it.
comes Universe. He makes the blink in burrow. Only eliminating Q, but it's still a great ultimate to be able to pass. Aggressive trying to finish off Universe. When he gets a burrow strike away. Undying already down and out. Sane goes with the tombstone. Sumail's going to run out of his BKB, though, and Shiki and Aggressive will just focus him down. Nice two-man burrow strike. Sumail's still left alive, but he will go down eventually. Universe, sandstorming his way in, is actually going to survive a bit longer. He'll actually just walk away. Just no vision there from CDEC. 2 for 1, it looks like, with CDEC now poking their heads inside the Roshan pit. They're going to try and take it. It's at half HP. EG, seems like they have to give this one up. Fierce just going to push in middle.
That Frozen Sigil allows them to do this so easily, and they've got the Elder Dragon form level 3. CDEC with such a beautiful fight, and the thing is that Universe was just a little bit too far to hit the burrow strike onto the Gyrocopter, who popped his BKB. And Sumail went in at the same time, but his ultimate actually didn't do any damage to anybody. Like, they killed 2 heroes that don't really provide too much, but CDEC's real tanky, beefy heroes, you've got the Dragon Knight who popped his BKB and just went to town. Same with the Gyrocopter. It was way too hard for EG to take that fight.
That is the right way to play it, though, as Evil Geniuses, to focus on the surrounding supports of CDEC. Don't go for the Gyrocopter unless you get the jump on him without BKB. Don't go for the DK. Kill the surrounding heroes, and then either you've won the fight so much that you're able to 5 versus 2, or you just use your mobility to get out and probably be at a kill advantage. I mean, we've seen it kind of cut and dry so many times now that EG, like Sumail, basically is able to sack himself for them getting a couple of kills, and then heroes like Fear and Universe are still able to get out scot-free.
Yeah, Sumail just needs a little bit more backup, and he needs more damage. Like, he just... you can't rely on the ultimate anymore with this amount of BKBs, or he has to just wait it out a little bit longer. Because right now he's blinking in, getting the BKB ultimate off, but it's wasting a large portion of his BKB timing, which is already down to 7 seconds. Like, it does take quite a little. It's like 2 seconds off for the Requiem. Add another second for when you have to position to get the blink off, and then half of your BKB timer is over just setting up an ultimate that doesn't deal damage to either of the cores on CDEC, and so. CDEC, they've got such tanky cores, like an SNY, BKB, Dragon Knight. Those aren't easy heroes to kill.
Oh, that Aghanims, it's coming for AUI. He's 3/4 of the way there. CDEC, though, Tier 1, and they didn't even use Elder Dragon for him. They'll pop it now to go for the Tier 2. Of course, the Glyph is up, top lane's pushing in, bottom Tier 2 is also being threatened as well. CDEC, in order to make this a really fair trade, almost seems like they have to go into straight Tier 3.
Yeah, they might actually do that because they know that AUI has to respond to this. He's going to try to TP out, but they've got no mines in this mid lane, and CDEC, I think, are well aware of this and are going to continue to go for this, and so much damage being dealt to their mid-tier 3 tower, and they're still not quite set up. Universe is just going to go in, but this is just to buy time and try to scare CDEC and make them reconsider, but I mean, they're so set up right now, and EG just had no time to respond.
Yep. In game number 1, CDEC didn't really utilize that first Aegis they picked up, but game 2 here, they want to try and make it a tie. CDEC have already taken down Tier 1, 2, and 3, but will stay shy of that melee Rax. Get a little scared, and I can't say I blame them. The Elder Dragon form was about to fall, so it's still a lot of net worth that they just picked up. Aggressive now has 4,800 gold. Is Butterfly his choice? Do you go Scotty just for more raw stats, or do you go MKB knowing that SF is going to go Butterfly next item?
You don't know that the Butterfly is coming out on Sumail, though, because he's actually held on and not picked up the quarterstaff. He's like made sure that CDEC have no idea. It's most likely going to be a Butterfly for the Shadow Fiend, but you still want to keep them guessing.
Yeah.
You can. Like, give them another look. CDEC, though, I imagine he'd probably go for the MKB. I think it's just the better decision. You know that there's a really high likelihood that Sumail goes for the Butterfly, because Sumail's not going to get an MKB in anticipation of the Butterfly VM or the Gyrocopter. Like, you can't really guess wrong, whereas the Gyrocopter can afford to.
Yeah. Oh Jesus, Shivas is almost finished up for Universe, so his initiation going to be buffed up so much more. Queen of Pain must be a Scythe of Vice then, if we already have a Shivas.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good call right now. You need something because the BKB timers are getting lower, and the Dragon Knight is just so hard to kill in a straight-up fight. So you probably just need to kite their cores. Like, that's the advantage of having a Hex when you can blow up
like 3 of the heroes that don't really tank very much.
Oh no, that Aghanims is there. They're mass pinging out
I know.
the minefield sign. They can't go uphill. They can't do it. So AUI managed to farm up the Aghanims like just in time. CDEC were in I think a really great position to finally force the Aegis in exchange for Rax. But with the mines already set up, they have to push a different lane, and that's just the hardest thing. It's now going to just stall up the game dramatically. They're going to have to go through bottom or top if they want to try and push the barracks in the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, and AUI with that timing, it's going to make things really difficult. And you're definitely right. CDEC wanted to go for that fight. They had the Elder Dragon form back up. They've been feeling pretty confident with how all of these fights have been going. It's not even like Aggressive has to spend his money. Like, he's going to sell the Ring of Aquila, but they were still winning fights even without him having a damage dealing item. And now Sumail fully completes that his butterfly, but I think that this he actually gets a butterfly of his own, and I guess nobody on EG is going to get an MKB, but most of EG's damage is primarily magic and the ability to kite. So I guess the butterfly isn't a terrible choice, but you would want to be able to kill this Sumail a little bit faster.
All right, 23 to 17, 32 minutes in, a 12,000 experience lead and 7,500 gold lead, 2 evil geniuses. But CDEC just recently, thanks to a fight around Roshan, were able to get themselves a significant edge, which allowed them to take multiple towers and almost gave them the opportunity to be able to push into the base. But now that one opportunity is kind of close, and they're going to try and force open another one through a 4-man smoke. Already making their way back to the middle lane to see if they can catch anybody from EG. Just no opening to be found.
Yeah, I think they have a pretty good inclination that EG's all the way up here at this top lane. They have so many wards in the jungle and this outer area that they must spot them, yeah. Once they see that they're in this area, they